This is truly amazing. Here's a dog who's been hit by a car trying to cross the road. There he is trying to cross the road, and he gets hit and is now just lying in the middle of this busy highway, and a second dog spots him and tries to get over to him. Now, here's the first dog again being hit. He's lying there in the middle of the road, busy time of the highway, and here comes the second dog who grabs him not with his teeth, but actually gets him with his paws around his neck and drags him in the middle of all this traffic off the road to safety, little by little, inch by inch. Finally, some workers spot the dogs and come over and help them. And by the way, the injured dog lived.
Facebook. I've got to come up with something better than a like button. How can you like such a video? But we have no choice. 9,612. 1 in 3 women. 1 in 3 women will be raped or beaten. So on the 14th of February, 1 billion were uprising. Because this is scandalous, notice that it was a little girl who was run over. Would it have been different if it had been a little boy? 1 in 3 women on the planet will be raped or beaten in her lifetime. 1 billion women violated is an atrocity. So there's a call for an invitation to dance. But it gets worse. The 3 deadliest words in the world, in many parts of the world, is "it's a girl." video below this on godknows.info is likewise horrifying. One woman had killed 8 of her babies because they were women. They were girls. In India, China, and many other parts of the world, girls are killed, aborted, and abandoned simply because they are girls. The United Nations estimates as many as 200 million girls are missing in the world today because of this so-called gendercide. Please watch the video. I have another blog on poverty as well, which again is just as horrifying as all this, if not more. It's all on godknows.info. Have a look, join, post your own comment. Human rights are being violated around the world. We've got to do something about it. Women's human rights are being violated. But it gets worse. My first post, The Crime of Poverty. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights is a joke. That young Chinese girl's human rights were violated.
Anyone who believes in indefinite growth on a physically finite planet is either mad or an economist.
We don't want to focus politics on the notion that involves the rejection of principles around which a large majority of our fellow citizens organize their lives.
We are not as endlessly manipulable and as predictable as you would think.
So I start you off with a few facts and figures on the global poverty problem. We have about 7 billion people in the world today, and of these 7 billion, very large numbers are suffering really extreme deprivation. So I show you these statistics that you understand what I mean by poverty. It's not the kind of poverty that is commonplace in Britain and other parts of the European Union, but it is really severe, life-threatening poverty. People being chronically undernourished, people lacking access to essential medicines, safe drinking water, shelter, electricity, adequate sanitation, literacy, and many children working for wages outside their own households. What you see here is that about a third of all human deaths are from poverty-related causes.
A third?
18 out of 57 million every year. And that's a very conservative statistic in that I have here only counted those deaths that are from causes that are essentially unknown in the rich countries. I've not counted all those people who die in poor countries from diseases that we know only too well, like diabetes, heart attack, and so on. If you put that in perspective, you come to about 400 million deaths from poverty in the last 22 years, since the end of the Cold War. And that's more than, or about twice as many deaths as died in the entire 20th century from all government-sponsored violence. Wars, civil wars, gulags, concentration camps, Mao Zedong's Great Leap Forward. In a whole century, that amounted to 200 million deaths. Of course, way too many. But poverty kills 400 million in just 22 years.
Poverty kills 400 million in 22 years. Their human rights are being violated. I don't know what I can do except blog about it. I live on disability. My carbon footprint is very small. All I can do is hope that this video reaches someone. So that's godknows.info. You can join, you can become a member. We've got over 200 members already in a week. And try and post something. So it's not just me talking. And let's see if we can make the Universal Declaration of Human Rights real again. godknows.info. Thank you.